sectors of economy. People are engaged in different activities to earn their livelihood. These activities are broadly categorized into three sectors. 1. Primary sector. It consists of agriculture and its related activities such as fishing, forestry, mining, where the nature has a dominant role in the production process. Second, secondary sector is the manufacturing process and other industries where the goods are produced by the people using some tools or machines. Third one is tertiary or service. Those activities that do not directly produce a good but provide some service that are required in production process. Okay, this is about the three sectors of economy. Regarding the three sectors, from 1972 to 2009 and 10, nearly 37 years, these are the employed who are working in different sectors. In agriculture, it produced in 1972 around nearly 72%, but in 2009 and 10, it only 53%. And like in the industry also increased. And also the service sector is about the main development of employment in the different sectors. Gross domestic product. We are compare different persons as a rich or poor based on their dress, what their family wear, vehicles, what they use to travel, food, what they eat, house, what they live in, and goods, what they used. Based on this, we can estimate whether that person is a rich or poor. Likewise, we can also compare the different countries, whether it is a rich country or poor country. For this purpose, we mainly use the GDP. One thing only. How we estimate the GDP? GDP is nothing but the value of goods and service. Means goods and service produced in a country in a year. It is called GDP. It means the value of goods and service should be rather than the adding up the actual numbers. It is necessary to count every good that is produced and sold or service, whatever may be. Of course, it is not necessary, because if you count all these things, automatically sometimes we will be overestimate. Then how do we estimate the total value of goods and service? So for this purpose, we have some example. A farmer who sells paddy to a rice mill for 25 rupees per kg, as he sells nearly 100 kilograms of paddy. Let us assume that he did not have to buy any seeds. Means the total value of paddy produced by him is nearly 2500 rupees, because every 1 kg is 25 rupees, nearly 100 kilos, means 25 into 100, nearly 2500 rupees. Later, the rice mill takes out rice and sells nearly 80 kilograms of rice to the hotler, and as nearly 40 rupees per kg. And also the nearly out of 100 kilograms of paddy, 80 kilograms of rice and 20 kilograms of husk will come. So 80 kilograms of rice means every kilo he sold nearly 40 rupees, and husk every kilo he sold at 20 rupees. Overall he got 80 into 40 plus 20 into 20. Nearly 3,600 rupees. This is what the hotler pays the rice miller. Later, the hotler makes idli, dosa, and husk is used as a fuel by him. The hotel owner, using the rice and husk, makes out nearly 5,000 rupees from the sale of idli and dosa. Here, the goods such as paddy and rice and husk in this example are the intermediate stage or intermediate goods. They are not being used by the final consumer. They are used as a inputs to the final good. In this example, idli and dosa are the final goods. And also, if one are added the value of the all physical inputs in between the value of the final goods, we will be double counting. If, for example, if we want to count the GDP, if we added a farmer price means nearly 2,500 and also the automatically a miller price nearly 3,600 and other hotel owner price nearly 5,000 rupees. If we added all these three things, automatically we overestimate the GDP, because in farmer 2,500 rupees, farmer had nearly 2,500 rupees. In the 2,500 rupees consists of all his inputs like a seeds, pesticide, whatever maybe. Okay. Next, the rice miller sold all husk and rice to the hotler at 3,600 rupees. Means in the 3,600 it includes the farmer price also. Next, the hotler sold the idli and dosa for nearly 5,000 rupees. Means in the 5,000 it also included the rice miller pay 3,600. It means simply the value of the final goods already includes the value of all in the between or intermediate goods that are used in the making the final good. At each stage, the producer paid for these inputs produced by someone before. Hence, the value of 5,000 worth of hotel items sold by the hotler is treated as a final good. It includes 3,600, the value of rice and husk used as a physical inputs. Finally, the value of final goods and service produced in each sector during a particular year provides the total production of that sector for that year. And simply the sum of production in three sectors gives what is called gross domestic product of a country. Can simply said, GDP is nothing but the final value of all goods and service produced within a country during a particular year. Once again I repeat, the GDP is simply the value of all final goods and services produced within a country during a financial year or a particular year. Here we listen about the financial year. What is financial year? Generally, it begins from the April 1st of present year to the March 31st of next year. Simply, according to the textbook, he gave him from April 2009 to March 2010. It is called a financial year. Changes in the importance of sectors. It has been noted that many of the now developed countries had agriculture and other allied activities as the most important contributor of GDP during their initial stage of development. Means every country in the beginning, agriculture is the main contributor of GDP. Later, industrial production gradually became the most important sector, both in the total production of goods and services, and also in the employment of people. Hence, over a time, a shift took place. This means the importance of the sectors had changed. The industrial sector became the dominant sector, and the importance of agriculture sector both for employment and production declined. Like that, in the past 50 years, there has been a further shift from industries to service sector for developed countries. The service sector has become the most important in terms of total production. Most of the working people have also shifted and are now employed in the service sector. And most of the production activities are those of services and not manufacturing goods. This is the general pattern observed for developed countries. This is the share of different sectors in GDP. Around in 1972-1973, agriculture consists of nearly 43% of the share, but in 2009 and 10, it consists only 17%. Here, we have to remember one thing, means by this graph, we can estimate that the production of agriculture is declined. But it doesn't mean the value of the agriculture is declined. But the other products like other service products produced more and more. As a result, the share of agriculture is declined. Okay, it is not I mean by the production of agriculture is declined, but the share means the percent of agriculture is declined. Okay, this is about this video.